Hey guys, happy Saturday. It's Joe and it's time for Pikket with Joe. I want to thank everyone for watching, no matter where you are watching it from. If you're on TikTok, come on over to YouTube so you can interact with everyone in this live chat. Everyone on YouTube, do me a favor, drop that like, hit that subscribe button, and let me know below who you are betting today and which bets you like. Now, I've got a long shot parlay for you guys today. And then I have a couple of team totals and a first period that I'm liking for a best bet parlay. We're going to go over all of these 8 games today. It's going to be a lot of fun, I promise. And public service announcement, if you don't follow me on Twitter, if you are single out there, do not, I'm going to say it again, do not watch The Notebook at 1 a.m. What a heart jerker that is. I was trying to find a movie, watched the wrong one. This is why sports should be on 24/7. No one needs that negativity in our lives. Big shout out to you guys for joining me here each and every day. I appreciate each and every one of you. Yesterday, how did we do yesterday? So we got that positive money with Vegas in the first period. If you followed the long shot parlay, it was absolutely terrible. Calgary in regulation, Devils in regulation, neither team able to get it done. The Kraken failed on the money line. But if you took my 3 top bets that I pulled out of the bets, you would have gone 2-1 with nice positive ROI because we got Vegas in that first period on the puck line at plus 120. We got the Columbus Blue Jackets team total over 2.5 at plus 104. The Kraken let us down on that money line. They just absolutely fell apart last night. So not good to see. But like I said, we're going to do a best bet parlay, 3-leg parlay here. And then we've also got the long shot parlay. We know it's like a lottery ticket, guys. Really hard to hit those. But let's jump in to today's games. Try not to keep you too long here today. It is a college football with Army and Navy going at it. I got the under 33 when it was at that number. Actually, it was 33.5 when I got it. This number's dropped down to 32. It's scary how low this game is going. So that's my college football bet. I dropped it here for everyone watching. Let's look at the Ottawa Senators taking on the Nashville Predators today. Just want to move my screen over here so I can get these adjusted odds here. Now, the Ottawa Senators are looking to start Cam Talbot here. He's got a 2.84 goals against average. Cam Talbot really is a difference maker for this team. I really like what we've seen out of him. He started off, he's had injuries. He started off a little rusty out there, but he's really pulled things back around. Now, Saros expected here for the Nashville Predators. We know Saros is a great goalie. He's got a 3.05 goals against average. We have seen him in certain cases allow these goals to come in. Now, when we look at the Nashville Predators, they're just not getting these goals. They're inconsistent in their goal scoring, really, you guys. They're averaging that 2.63 and only 30.2 shots on goal. When we look at the Sens, this team has really stepped up offensively. They're averaging over that 3 at 3.08 and 33.8 shots on goal. They're getting these attempts on goal. I do think they get these goals coming in on Saros here. Well, he is good. He's allowing these goals to come in. Now, we know the Predators have been solid at home. Looking at their home record, 7-3-1 on the season, but they have not been blowing teams out on that puck line on the road or at home. At home, they are 4-8 on that puck line. On the road, 8-16. So when we look at the Senators coming in here at plus 116, there is no value taking them here on the puck line. But I do think there is value at looking looking at their team total, I do think that they get these shots on goal. And with the Nashville Predators allowing that 3.08 goals per game, I think they have every opportunity to get over their team total of 2.5. Remember, guys, when you're looking at a game in hockey where you have a total of 6.5, if you have faith in that dog, you're going to pay a little bit of juice on their team total. But normally that team total is at 2.5 for that underdog. So if you have faith in that dog, it is a great way to take these bets. So their team total over 2.5. Again, shop those lines. Go use a Betstamp. Use referral code Madden over there. Get the best value. I'm seeing anywhere between minus 135 and minus 145 for the Sens team total over 2.5. Now you want to get that minus 135. Don't grab a minus 145 and call it a day. I also think, if you're looking for an upset today on the ice, the Sens most definitely could pull off this upset. With the Predators not blowing anything out, little bit of puck luck here, the Sens could get it done with Cam Talbot in net. I think he is the difference maker. And then when we look at the schedule of the Preds, they're off a 3-game road trip, which they are strong off a road trip. This is one of those teams you don't automatically fade off that road trip. But they've got this 1 game at home. And then they're on the road versus the St. Louis Blues on Monday. And then they're home again versus the Oilers on Tuesday. It's kind of like home, road, home, road. So it's not a great scheduling spot for them. If I was going to look at this total, such strong trends to the under in this game, which helps us here with the Sens team total a little bit, because I think this is like a 3-3, could go to overtime game. And that would push us to the over. So I'm going to stay off this total with all those trends on the under, and just thinking the Senators can keep this one tight with Cam Talbot and goals. So that is what I am liking there. Big good morning. Happy Saturday to each and every one of you guys here. Okay, the next game on the board is the Detroit Red Wings taking on the Dallas Stars. Now, the Red Wings coming in here as the dog at plus 162, minus 196 for the Dallas Stars. Now, Dallas coming in here off an overtime win over the Senators. They got that 4-3 win. They have a big road trip on deck. And this is the only thing that concerns me. I believe this road trip starts on Monday. That the Penguins, the Devils, the Capitals, the Carolina Hurricanes, and the Blue Jackets, 5 games on deck in this part of December. I think this is a really hard scheduling spot for these 5 games if they are looking ahead. So hopefully they are not looking ahead, because this team needs a win here. They're 15-7-3 on the season, 16-11 on that puck line overall. Now they're facing the Detroit Red Wings that have had a better season than most expect, 13-8-3 on the season. Husso expected in goal for the Red Wings as well. He's got a 2.54 goals against average. Now, Ottinger expected for the Dallas Stars. He's got a 2.56. Very similar goalies here, but if I had to put faith in one goalie over another, it'd definitely be Jake Ottinger. I think he is the stronger goalie here, but he's also getting a lot more protection from his defense. The defense only allowing that 2.85 and 31.4 shots on goal. They have a really strong penalty kill as well. And offensively, this team is doing solid on their power plays and winning those face-off battles. So Dallas is definitely the better team in this matchup, but I don't see them blowing the Red Wings out of the water. I think this is one where you can grab the value with the Red Wings to keep this one tight. The last time these teams played was last January, so it's been a hot minute, but it was a 5-4 win for the Dallas Stars. I could see a very similar game here with the Red Wings keeping it tight. You can grab them plus 1.5 on that puck line at minus 140. It's the only way I would go with this. I wouldn't take Dallas on that puck line. 7-7 on the puck line at home. So they have broke even on that puck line. Detroit has been strong on the puck line, keeping these games tight, going 7-5. Now they are off a loss over or versus the Panthers in a game that they just could not score a goal to save their life. It was a 5-1 loss. This is the end of, they're coming up to the end, I think, of their road trip here. They're sitting 2-1 on that road trip. They really want to get the split. So I would look at them to keep it tight. Now they have lost the first period in their last 4 games in Dallas. So if you're looking for a way to bet Dallas here, I would bet Dallas on that puck line in the first period. I think that is a strong way to go if you're looking to go with the home favorite. Now, if you're on TikTok, come on over to YouTube so you can interact. I see these messages coming in. It's going to be a good game. I think this is a high scoring one. I think if you're going to look at that total, you've got to look at the over 6. These teams trend to that over. And both have showed struggles defensively, giving up these goals. We saw the Senators get 3 goals on the Dallas Stars. So, and we saw the goalie, who was in goal versus the Panthers game. I'm trying to think who was in goal for that one, but we did see the goals coming in, both of these teams giving up those goals. So give me the over 6 in that. The next one, we have the Florida Panthers taking on the Tampa Bay Lightning. Now the Panthers coming in here at plus 115, minus 138 for the Tampa Bay Lightning. Tampa, I love Tampa in this situation on home ice. They're off a win over the Preds. The Kraken not on deck till Tuesday. Florida Panthers coming in here off a win over the Red Wings, like we were talking about. I think they've got the Kraken on deck tomorrow, actually, at home for the Florida Panthers here. The Panthers have failed to cover the puck line in each of their last 10 games following a home win. And we look at the Tampa Bay Lightning, failed to cover that puck line in their last 6 following a win. So I don't think this is one where you should go either way on that puck line. No value, of course, on the Florida Panthers. If you were to take a puck line, it would be because you think the Tampa Bay Lightning are going to win it big. I think they win it. We've got Bobrovsky and Andrei Vasilevskiy expected in goal for both of these teams. 2 outstanding goaltenders, especially, Bobrovsky. I feel for him. His defense is allowing too many shots on him. He's got a 3.51 goals against average. This team really needs to step up and give him more support in goal. We know the Florida Panthers are getting these wins because their offense is really stepping up. We need Bobrovsky and the defense to step up here. Andrei Vasilevskiy, we have to trust in him more. He's got a 2.75 goals against average. He has been phenomenal. This Lightning team has the 3rd best power play overall in the league. So give me them here to get the win at minus 138. Again, shop those lines. I do think there's value. And yeah, you can take the Lightning in regulation in that 60 minutes. I don't know if I love it, to be honest with you. I would just take them for the win. I could see this one hitting overtime. If you don't think it hits overtime, then definitely take them in regulation. And yeah, who wants to play against Bobrovsky? He is definitely a hard one to play against. Now, when we look at these two teams and how they've been doing, they have been trending to that over, with the Panthers going 7-1-1 in their last 9 road games, and the Lightning on 1 day's rest going 7-3 in their last 10 to that over. I can't take the over here. I'm relying on Bobrovsky and Andrei Vasilevskiy to have solid games for this one to stay under the total. This under is solid between these two. The last 5 matchups in Tampa have gone to that under, in the last 5 meetings overall to that under. So while it's hard to take an under with the firing ability of both of these teams, I think we got to hit this one under. This total sitting at 6.5, so it is a high number. I could see an empty netter making us sweat, this being a 4-2 style win because of that empty netter, 3-2 style game. But that hits us at 6. It doesn't hit us at 7. Fingers crossed. Good luck with this game, you guys. Okay, Dave rolling in here, liking the Red Wings with Husso in that. Husso is a phenomenal goalie. I don't blame you. I'm going to grab them on that puck line. You can sprinkle on that money line. You can take them straight up. You have more guts than I do in that one. And the Wild over, and the Sabres over. Erica, you read my mind. The Wild and the Sabres both should be higher scoring matches there. We're going to move on to that Sabres game. We got the Buffalo Sabres and the Pittsburgh Penguins matching up at 7 o'clock Eastern. Now this total opened at 7, now down to 6.5. How can we not look at the Sabres here at plus 172? These two are on a back-to-back. I don't think I'm going to hit the Sabres here straight up on that money line. Excuse me, but we have to bet something with the Buffalo Sabres here. Both these teams, they played each other last night in Buffalo. Buffalo unable to get the win there. It was a 4-3 win for the Pittsburgh Penguins in overtime. Buffalo's going to give them hell again in this one, even on the road. Now, both of these teams are scoring these goals. The Sabres, first overall in the league, averaging 4 goals per game, and the Pittsburgh Penguins averaging that 3.54. You got to look at this over 6.5. Tired legs really affects the defenses in these games. We have the backup goalies for each of these teams expected in goal as well. We know Casey DeSmith is good for letting in 3 goals per game on average. So I'm going to look at the Buffalo Sabres. Oh, you guys, I need a sip of water. Excuse me. Too much talking last night, I guess. I love Cam Talbot is confirmed. Definitely take the Sabres here, or the Senators here in that one. But I want to take the Sabres here too. I can't get this one out of my mind. I think the best value is to take the Sabres a team total over 2.5 in this. We're getting that at -130. I think there is so much value here. It should be a good one. Now, Tag Thompson didn't score last night. He was limited in that 4-3 goal. I would look at Tag Thompson. We know how explosive he is. Held off getting a goal last night. I'd hit him again. You're getting great value. I got it at +195 earlier this morning. So go out and grab that. Now, there's a little bit of value here on the Sabres on that puck line at +1.5, and they have covered the puck line in 15 of their last 16 games after coming off an overtime game. So if you like the Sabres here, maybe grab them on that puck line. Okay, let's move on to the next game, you guys. Like I said, 8 games on the board today. We're going over all 8. We've got parlays coming at the end. Make sure if you're watching anywhere else other than YouTube or Facebook, come on over to YouTube and Facebook. Then you can interact with these comments. Love to see you guys talking in the chat. Drop in the chat what you're betting and below this video, what you're betting for everyone, which ones of my bets you're going to fade. I talk all of these games. All of these games have not made my premiums. I do have 3 premiums out. They're not the same as my best bet. You guys will be able to guess my premiums from how I talk. If you watch me day in and day out, it's there's no poker face here. So the next one, Calgary Flames taking on the Toronto Maple Leafs. Calgary falling apart last night in a game that we all expected to be higher scoring. We expected Calgary to come in, get these goals. They were the favorite, not able to get the win. Columbus Blue Jackets played them so freaking hard last night. Calgary was lucky to get that 1 goal. Now, the Columbus Blue Jackets got that empty netter, and I tell you, I was sitting in a pub in Calgary. That puck was moving so slow down the ice. I didn't know it was going to go in. It crossed the line. I stood up and cheered, and oh my God, the death glares that I got sitting in a room of all Calgary Flames fans. We were going to lose anyway, you guys. You have to celebrate the fact you win a bet. I had the Columbus Blue Jackets team total over 2.5. They hit that 3 with that. So I was happy to see that. And in these games, you guys, where you're expecting that underdog to put up these goals, that's why I look at these team totals. Calgary's team total was juiced at over 3.5. I'm so glad I didn't touch that last night. So if you like overs, and if you think the dog has a fighting chance, and normally in a game that's going to go over, that dog has a fighting chance, look at that over 2.5 because it's a great way to go. If you like the over because you think one team's going to blow out the other, definitely look at their team total. Don't look at the team total of the underdog or the full game. And that goes for if you're looking at a full game and go, okay, I know this one team can put up this many goals. Will the other team give us enough? Well, then you have to look at the team total of that favorite to come out really strong. So that's my best advice I got to give you. Goodbye to everyone jumping off TikTok. I see a couple of you saying you got to say goodbye. Have a great day, old school. But looking at this Calgary game versus the Toronto Maple Leafs, get back on subject. You guys tell me not to go off on a tangent when I go off on a tangent. Calgary lost that game last night. The Leafs playing absolutely incredible. They're off a shutout win over the LA Kings on Thursday. That was a 5-0 win for the Toronto Maple Leafs. They also got the shutout on Tuesday versus Dallas Stars. Now, with how badly Calgary is playing, like they're playing absolutely terrible. Could they get the shutout win here over Calgary? Maybe. But Calgary needs to get back on track. I almost am there with sprinkling a little bit on Calgary straight up on this money night line. This is hockey night in Canada. And the Calgary Flames are so frustrating because they will show up in certain situations where everyone has ruled them out, ruled them right out. Now, Matt Murray is expected for the Toronto Maple Leafs. He's got a 2.34. This Leafs team is doing so strong defensively, only allowing that 2.36 goals per game on average, which is third overall. Their defense has not allowed a goal in those last two games, and that was versus the Kings, which, okay, the Kings have struggled, but the Dallas Stars, who are lighting up the net, that is absolutely phenomenal. I think the best way to take this game is to take the under 6 in this one. While I do like Calgary here, and I do think they have the opportunity to pull it off with one, I can't talk today, Dan Vladar, expected in goal. He's got a 2.59. And they have the better penalty kill coming in here as well. Well, I do think they have the opportunity. I think the best bet is to take the under, sprinkle a little bit in Calgary. I just think this Leafs team here, they're just playing so strong, right? They are playing so strong. It's going to be a hard one for Calgary. But if both defenses can step up, which goaltender do I trust more? Dan Vladar is a better goaltender than Jacob Markstrom, who is the top goaltender for Calgary. We know this. So Dan Vladar, I think, is Calgary's best goaltender in net here. It's hockey night in Canada. I think this is a hard-hitting battle here. I think this is a defensive battle. If Calgary gets some puck luck, they win it. If they play like they've been playing, which is absolutely like dog, you know what, they have no chance. Either way, with Matt Murray in goal and Dan Vladar, I expect enough out of these backup goalies for this one to stay under that total. Best bet, give me the under 6 in this one. You got to take Brady Tkachuk for that anytime goal of the Florida Panthers. Plus 175. That is a noon game. Get on it fast. Kadri for that anytime goal for the Calgary Flames. Absolutely. You got to hit it there as well. Okay. The next game on the board, if I can find where everything just went, we have the LA Kings taking on the Montreal Canadiens. Now, Montreal coming in here at plus 140, minus 170 for the LA Kings. We know the struggles the LA Kings have been having. They lost their last game, getting shut out by the Maple Leafs. Leafs, like we just said, won that 5-0. Now, the Montreal Canadiens come in here. They beat the Kraken on Tuesday. That was a 4-2 win for the Montreal Canadiens. They're returning home here off a West Coast road trip. I think it's a good spot to fade the Montreal Canadiens here off that road trip. They have also failed to cover that puck line in their last 4 home games. I'm going to take the Kings to get things back on track. They've been playing better on the road than they have been in a lot of these situations, getting that cover on that puck line. 10-5 on the road on the puck line. Yes, sometimes they have been the dog in that situation, but I do think they get a nice big win here over the Montreal Canadiens. I'm going to take the LA Kings plus 1.5. You guys got to love that beautiful plus money at plus 163. If you don't have faith that the Kings can come in here and get a nice big win over Montreal, you can take the Kings here in regulation. That is another way I'm betting this. I think taking the Kings in regulation is awesome. Sprinkling then on that puck line. So the road team has covered the puck line in 8 of the Canadiens' last 9 games as well. So we got solid trends. Why to take the Kings here on the puck line? Jonathan Quick expected for the Kings. We need him to start turning up, and he really needs to do it tonight against the Montreal Canadiens. We know they're not the best team in the league, but they are sitting 13-11, and 2, they have been getting some wins under their belt. We've got the Kings 14-11-4. So when we look at this, Jake Allen versus Jonathan Quick. Which goalie do I have more faith in? Same goals against average. I've got more faith in Jonathan Quick, and I have more faith in the offense of the LA Kings, averaging that 3.31 goals per game and getting these opportunities at 32.3 shots on goal. The Montreal Canadiens have just been completely limited in their ability to get these shots on goal, being held to under 30 at 29.2 shots on goal per game. And their defense is allowing these shots to come raining in at 32.9. So give me the LA Kings here for a nice big win. Okay, I was seeing a couple of parlays coming in here. Let me just see what people were going with. Preds money line and Stars money line. Good luck to you. I hope you hit it. Okay. Yeah, they are so stupid for releasing Cal Peterson. I don't understand it. The Kings need to get their defense under control. The inconsistency of the Kings has definitely been shooting them in the foot. This is not a goaltending issue, just like it's not a goaltending issue. I really don't believe in Edmonton. I think the issue is their defense not giving the support to their goaltending. We've got 2 more games to go over. Then let's build these parlays. These games are kicking off right away. You guys, if you are just joining me, that first game kicks off in the next 3 minutes between the Ottawa Senators and the Nashville Predators. Just to recap that one for you guys that are looking to get the bets in. The Senators team total over 2.5 at -140, I think is a glorious bet. The Senators here on the money line with Cam Talbot confirmed is another beautiful one in this one. So these teams trend to the under. I just don't know. I think the Senators put up the goals in this one, and it's quite possible it goes over. Okay, the last 2 games on the board, we got the Carolina Hurricanes taking on the New York Islanders. Now, this is an interesting one here. We know the Islanders have shown some struggles. This team has been stepping up offensively, averaging that 3.29 goals per game, getting these shots on goal at 32.1. The Carolina Hurricanes, they're getting these shots at 35.3, but these shots are not connecting. They're only averaging that 2.88 goals per game. Now, they are off a loss in overtime to the Ducks. It's not looking good if the Canes are losing to the Anaheim Ducks. And then they want us to put 150 here on that money line to get a win over the New York Islanders on home ice. When I look at these teams, the Islanders, in my opinion, are the better team. Now, I know the Hurricanes have come in to New York and owned this matchup. So that is my only concern. They've owned the Islanders. They've won 10 of the last 12 meetings between these two. Strong trends to that road team as well. Now, but when we look at the Hurricanes, in their last 6 games versus teams with winning records, completely struggled. They've only won 1 of those games versus teams with winning records, and they lost to the Ducks. I can't get that out of my head. I'm going to look at this one. I'm going to look at the first period between these two. We've got such strong defenses on both sides, and I know we have backup goalies here, but the defenses are limiting these shots on goal, like especially the Carolina Hurricanes. They're holding opponents to 26.5 shots on goal per game. New York is allowing more at that 31.9. But I think we see defenses come out hard out of the gate. I think this is another hard-hitting defensive battle. The under in that first period is under 1.5 at -102. Now, we know this is a scary situation because the Islanders at any given point can light up the back of a net, and we do have backup goaltending in here. But I do think this number is at a 5.5 for a reason in this game. So give me the under 1.5 in the first period. We just can't have 2 goals. We can have 1 goal, and if that comes in early, we're going to be sweating that whole period. Hey guys, are you there? Can everyone hear me? I don't know what happened. My computer completely froze and kicked me out. We're back. Hopefully we're back. It's one of those mornings. I tell you, it's going to be one of those days. Let me know. Okay, it's fixed over here on YouTube. So my computer completely turned off, reloaded it, and I don't know where I was at. So let's just jump back into this. I am pretty sure we left off talking about the Carolina Hurricanes and the New York Islanders. Nothing like throwing a wrench in. It's what happens when you go live. Okay, I have more faith in the Islanders here. I think they are the better team in this situation. I can't get over the Canes' loss. We saw the Islanders, though, off a big win over the Devils. So I don't know if this is a little bit of a letdown off that big win. I think if you're going to do anything, you've got to take the plus money with the home dog here in the Islanders at plus 125. They're so strong against the Eastern Conference, winning 7 of their last 8 games versus the Eastern Conference. So let's go to the next game here. We have the Minnesota Wild taking on the Vancouver Canucks. Now, the Wild are coming in here on that back-to-back. They lost last night to Edmonton, and they also lost that previous game to the Flames. So they're doing this West Coast trip right now, facing the Vancouver Canucks tonight. Spencer Martin expected in goal for the Vancouver Canucks. He's got a 3.48 goals against average. The last time these two teams met up, it was a high-scoring game. And I think on this back-to-back here for the Wild, we will see the goals coming in this game. Both of these teams offensively really have been stepping up, getting these goals, both averaging over 3 goals per game, with the Canucks having the edge at 3.59, and both defenses just not playing up to the level that we would hope out of these defenses and allowing these goals to come in. So give me the over 6.5 in this one. For the parlay, I'll talk about that later. That first period over, it's not something you want to bet singly because it's way too highly juiced at minus 160, but it's good to throw into the parlay. Okay, TikTok, come on over to YouTube. Then you don't have to see me talking with my hands. You guys on YouTube cannot see my hands. They are talkers. It's why I hold a pen in my hand for every show, because they seriously, I think they think they're puppets and talk out all of these bets. So that was all of the games, you guys. Let's build a parlay, and then I'll give you my best 3 bets out of all of these bets to throw into not so long shot parlay. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Are you guys ready? Recap and parlay time. This Ottawa Senators team is kicking off right away. I'm pretty sure they're just singing anthems right now. Yeah, so you can still get that bet, and that total is sitting at 6.5. The Sens team total over 2.5, minus 140. Sprinkle on that money line. Cam Talbot is confirmed in goal for the Ottawa Senators. I love his ability to get this win here. Not loving this total. We'll build the parlay at the end. I've got all my parlays written down for you guys. The Detroit Red Wings and the Dallas Stars take the Red Wings here on that puck line at plus 1.5 at minus 140. They keep it tight in this one, but this one goes over that total of 6. Great one to put some prop bets in on. The Florida Panthers and the Tampa Bay Lightning. I think this is a lower scoring one with both these goaltenders standing on their head. If you wait around to the end, we'll see if either goaltender is confirmed and what we can get for their save shots on goal for this one. We'll look in just 1 minute. I think this is a tighter game. No value on the Florida Panthers here on the puck line. I'm going to take the Tampa Bay Lightning here at home and the under in this game. The Buffalo Sabres and Pittsburgh Penguins playing that back-to-back against each other. I think we see another high-scoring game here. I think the Buffalo Sabres team total over 2.5 is a phenomenal way to take this one. You're paying a little bit of juice. And Tag Thompson for that anytime goal is absolutely brilliant in this one tonight. Now, that Lightning game, also I like the under on that Lightning game, if I didn't say that. The Calgary Flames and the Toronto Maple Leafs. I think your best way to take this is to take the under. I'm looking for a lower scoring game. with the defenses step up. If you're looking to sprinkle on a dog, Calgary, I think if they get some puck luck, because this is going to be such a low-scoring game, could pull off the win. But Toronto has been rolling so hot, so it's a little bit of a dangerous one here. The LA Kings and the Montreal Canadiens. I got to take the Kings here, take them in regulation. I think they put up a solid fight in this one. I love them here on that puck line, laying 1.5 at plus 163. You guys know I always give away my best bets. That one is one of my premiums that you would have to buy over on Vegas Insider or SoBet. So do with that what you want. But I do believe in the Kings for a nice big win. That being said, the ice has not treated me nicely in the last week, so maybe fade it. The Carolina Hurricanes and the New York Islanders here. I love that first period, under 1.5 between those two. I think this is a lower scoring game for the full one. That under 5.5 is a hard pill to swallow with those empty netters coming in that third period. So I think the under in that first period is a safer way to go. Look for defenses really to step up. These teams played highly to that over in the last time out, though. The New York Islanders got 6 goals on the Carolina Hurricanes. It was a 6-2 win back in October. I think the Islanders are a nice live dog at home in this matchup. I don't like how the Carolina Hurricanes have been playing versus teams with winning records. And like I said, off a loss to the Ducks, how can we trust in them? Backup goalie here in for them. The Minnesota Wild and the Vancouver Canucks. I'm going to take that first period over 1.5 for parlay reasons, over 6.5 for the game. We've seen the Wild get those wins on back-to-backs. Don't know if they can do it here, though. The Canucks are digging deep, playing nice games. I think the over 6.5 is the only way I would bet that, and that first period over 1.5. Okay, the parlay then. Yeah, I'm sorry. The Habs on Saturday night at home to get wrecked by 2. Yeah, I'm sorry. I apologize. I don't like that. Okay, the parlay. The Senators team total over 2.5. The Red Wings and the Stars over 6. The Lightning on the money line. The Buffalo Sabres team total over 2.5. The Flames and the Leafs under 6. Again, I think that's the best bet of that game. Trying not to give away my premiums too much. And the LA Kings on the money line. The New York Islanders on the money line. Or if you want to leave that out, go with something a little bit safer. That first period over 1.5 for the Islanders and the Hurricane. And then the Wild and the Vancouver Canucks in that first period over 1.5. It's highly juiced. Like I said, you don't want to bet that straight up. So that is the long shot parlay. If you want to take the best bet 3 parlay out of the long shot, I'm going to take the Senators team total over 2.5, the Sabres team total over 2.5, and the Wild and the Vancouver Canucks first period over 1.5. That should be a nice payout on that parlay. I want to wish you guys all the best on the ice. You got to look at Matthew Tkachuk, like you guys were saying, of the Florida Panthers to come out strong in this one. Look at his shots on goal. You know, the regular suspects here. And then Tag Thompson, he was limited last night. Look at him for that anytime goal tonight. Stars in regulation, your favorite play here. I want to wish you all the best. I hope you guys all make some money tonight. Big shout out to Jimmy, Mr. Expo. I am so sorry that I'm calling for your Montreal Canadiens to get wrecked on hockey night in Canada. We know it happens, and we know the Leafs play down to their opponents in a lot of situations. I know they're coming off 2 huge wins. It's my fear with the Leafs. Calgary needs to get things going. We got 2 over 1.5 over half a point, 1 point at minus 110. I like that. Did I not go over the Wild and Canucks? I went over the Wild and Canucks at the end there. So you guys, Brady Tkachuk, you always got to take Brady Tkachuk too. I think he's got 304 goals now, 303 goals. He's got a couple since he broke that 300 mark last Friday. So look for him to come in playing strong. You guys, I appreciate each and every one of you. Have a great day. Enjoy the college football game today. Again, for anyone joining late, I got the under when it was at 33.5. It's now at 32. This is going to be, I still think, an under game. We've seen the years and the trends go to that under. My only fear is both of these teams can put up points nice and fast. Both play a run game, dominate that clock, but we know they can get the points. This 32 is looking low, but it's a game in the trenches. No one gets anything done against each other. So you guys, all the best. Rocco loving the Canucks and the Wild over 6.5. I agree. Wild going to have tired legs here. 2 backup goalies in both of these. So have a great day. Okay, I'm glad you're not mad at me, Mr. Expo, for fading your Habs here tonight. It's always hard. You know, there's only one team that's dead to me. We all know that team, Edmonton. We don't need to talk about them anymore, but the rest of the teams, you got to love these players. You guys have a couple of great players that have been with Calgary before with the Habs. I like all of these teams, like all of these players. So you guys have a great day. Drop that like, drop that subscribe, and below this video, let me know what you are betting today, what your best bets are, what you're parlaying. And yeah, Flames pretty much dead to everyone right now. Calgary just stinking up the frickin' place, that's for sure. Yeah, I'm glad, Rocco, you didn't give up on Edmonton. They got a set over in that first period last night, which I love. So they're just still, it will always be forever Edmonton to anyone who lives in Calgary. You guys have a great night. Keep smiling. Best of luck to all of you. Again, it's us against books, not against each other. Make some freaking money tonight. I wish you guys all the best. Bye now.